Everybody? Almost? Nice. Lisa Lee, were you here? Was I here? Was I? It was a whirlwind.
Yes, it was great.
It was all very quickly done. Oh, you guys got a cell phone?
Yeah,
Turn it off, silent, vibrate, whatever that needs to be. Turning off that technology, turning on this technology, the technology of Michelle Roll. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, number one. How are you?
I meant to throw this away.
Is it warm in here? Anybody else?
Yeah, it's
Just
a little
me?
warm.
Am I having a hot flash?
Yes,
It
you
is
are.
like warm.
You're going through menopause.
Huh?
You're going through menopause.
Menopause, right? Yeah, I guess that's it. All right. Who's ready to have some fun? You guys ready to have some fun?
Me.
This is actually a song that we wrote for a Christmas program. How many years? 3, 4 years ago or something like that, when we were online. We were all doing the pandemic-y thing. Ready, Danny Rio? Here we go. You guys are welcome to stand, dance, move, clap, stomp your feet, get that Christmas cheer going on. Here we go. 2, 3, 5.
All right.
Hey. Well, now all you gotta do is show up. Party's just begun. Have a seat, table set, nothing more to be done. Before we begin, take a look around. See who else is here. And your brothers and your sisters from the cosmos. Assemble in love and cheer. Come on now, walk right in. All you gotta do is walk right in. Walk right in. Join us happily. Walk right in. Every now and then. Walk right in. All you gotta do is walk right in. Grab your seat, better get behind. This is where it all begins. Merry Christmas! Hey, you all got your invitations, right? Printed on the breath of a prayer. Don't worry if you misplaced yours. I brought enough to spare. It's no accident you didn't wander in. Looking for a place to hide. A new paradigm starts if the party ever hides. It's where the love resides, man. Walk right in. All you got to do is walk right in. Walk right in. What's happening? Every now and then. All you gotta do is walk right in. Grab your seat, better can't begin. This is where it all begins. Walk right in. All you gotta do is walk right in. Walk right in. What's happening? Walk right in. Every now and then. All you gotta do is walk right in. Grab your seat, better can't begin. This is where it all begins. That's it, Danny Rio, just like that. Woo!
Good job, everybody.
Love you.
Aw, love you too. There's a sweet, sweet spirit in this place today, and I know that it's the Spirit of the Lord. There are sweet expressions on each face today, sweet spirits, just to take a breath. Allow yourself to be right here, right now. And notice how this breath that you are breathing, this miraculous exchange with the universe, is both material in nature and spiritual in nature. Bringing inside of your being two worlds, the world of spirit and the world of form. One world we interact with using our five senses, and another we know through our intuition, through our faith, through our heart. When these two worlds come together within us, we become grounded in our purposefulness, and we remember the reason that we came. I invite you to bring these two worlds into your awareness, into how they are living and breathing within you, how they are dancing inside of you right now. Sense into the purposefulness of you being in this room, right here and right now. And sense all the forces in the heavens coming in through the top of your head, flowing through your entire being, and grounding you into the core of the earth. Know in your heart of hearts that you are here for a divine purpose, to show a face of love that only you can show. Sense this divine purposefulness as a light, and see it filling your entire being, radiating out to everyone that is here, to everyone that is with us online, to all those who will be listening to the recording later. Sense all of these lights touching each other, influencing each other, making each other even more brilliant. And sense into the serendipity of this sacred gathering, the magic of it. Sense the field of endless possibilities that is here with us in this place. Endless possibilities for the expression of love. Take another deep breath. And when you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes. So welcome, beloveds. I am so delighted to be here with you today. My name is Lisa Lee. I'm the spiritual leader. Good morning. Good morning. It is such a blessing. Thank you, thank you. So I'd like to begin by welcoming our family and our visitors and guests that are with us virtually online. Thank you so much for being here. We already feel your heart, we already feel your presence, and we celebrate all the ways that you will be working with us today to create the magic that is wanting to happen in this place and in this time. So thank you so much for being with us and for tuning in. Next, I'd like to invite anyone who may be here for the very first time, if you would to please stand. We have many gifts for you. We actually will not ask you to say anything, but we do have gifts we want to give you. So the first gifts that we'll be giving, Marsha will be handing you a welcome packet, and that's an opportunity for you to really find out about unity and how we have been sharing love in the past 150 years, and how Unity of Las Vegas in particular has been sharing love. And so the next thing that we want to do, next gift we have for you is an energetic blessing. And so I'm going to invite our community to rub your hands together. And all you have to do for this is just to open your hearts and receive. And so I ask everyone to repeat after me. We see who you are.
We see who you are.
You are a divine miracle.
You are a divine miracle.
A one-of-a-kind blessing.
A one-of-a-kind blessing.
You are indispensable to the universe.
You are indispensable to the universe.
We love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
And we celebrate the light that you are.
We celebrate the light that you are.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. Welcome. And so, what we can do now is celebrate our in-house Sangha. So I invite you to stand, and as I say, run around the room, greeting each other wildly, or whatever the best way is for you to say sayabona. We see you. So we are all friends here.
Oh man, we need to bring this. Hey, this is our. We're going to do some thank yous and invitations, and the ladies in unity. If you are a lady in unity, Valerie, will you start to bring your group up here, please? This is going to be our thank you section of the thank yous and invitations, and you guys have been doing something very important. Come on up, ladies. Valerie, you're going to lead this procession. Dolores, you get up here too. Thank you so much. All right, these are the ladies in unity. Everybody up on stage. Come up here, come up here, come up here, come up here. All right. What do you got going on, Valerie? Here's the microphone. All right, here we go.
It's our group, but just
Valerie.
stay here since you're here.
Valerie, are you going to tell us something?
All right, this is Lisa. Lisa, we need you to stand up, all right?
Since you're the center of the show here, this is for
No,
the
the microphone.
a microphone. Okay.
This is for the Unity of Las Vegas, money from the Ladies in Unity. It's $350 so far, and it's our Christmas gift too. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! You tell.
Well, we meet on a monthly basis, and this lovely woman, we started last year collecting $10 from each member at each meeting. Last year, we collected $500 and donated to the church. This year, we're $350. We have more in our account, but we're sharing with Unity of Las Vegas. But thanks to these ladies, we collect $10 per person every time we meet, and it's our joy and our honor to support this church.
Incredible.
Ladies, and thank you. The band wanted to say thank you because you gave the music department a gift, or the music ministry, and we appreciate it so much. What a beautiful gesture and surprise. Thank you.
Fantastic. Did you already do the cans for a coin summary? Did you summarize that?
Sunday.
Next Sunday you're going to tell us?
And that's a
Okay.
big surprise.
And I don't want the cat out of the bag now. Okay.
You what?
I don't want the cat out of the
No,
bag
we're
now.
gonna do it next Sunday.
Okay, so you guys are off the stage now. Okay, we go. Safely, we don't want any accident. All right, well done. Thank you so much. Anyway, my name is Don Fouts. I'm part of the leadership team, and we're going to start with reading our identity and our purpose statement. And we'll do that now. We are family for each other, welcoming, nurturing, and awakening one another at depth. And our purpose is birthing the new human as the face of evolving love on the planet. And what a beautiful purpose that is. Okay, we are a prayer-based ministry. We have prayer request forms in the back. You can fill those out. Our prayer team will attend to those during the week. We'll send those off to Silent Unity. If you are online or any of the congregation, please be aware that Silent Unity is available at 1-800-NOW-PRAY. And it's a over 100-year ministry that is awesome. So we have ongoing weekly events. We have a single slide for those. Oh, no, we've got multiple slides today. So on Mondays, we have the Life Reflection Cafe with Jamie Jett, and that is at 10 a.m. It is live here. It is a fabulous small group experience to discuss what's happening in your life as those people attending, and you are invited. Again, 10 a.m. on Mondays. And we have A Course in Miracles. And A Course in Miracles is doing the 365 lessons of the year, and we're now coming down, and this lesson, number 352 out of 365, very quickly says, judgment and love are opposites. From one come all the sorrows of the world. Can you believe judgment has that big of an impact? But from the other comes the peace of God himself. Forgiveness looks on sinlessness alone and judges not. Love reflected in forgiveness reminds me, you have given me a way to find your peace again. And what a blessing the Course in Miracles group is. So are you meeting on Christmas and New Year's? What's the schedule for that? They moved to Thursdays. Okay, is that a temporary move, or is that going to be for the rest of the year?
That's it.
Which,
For the rest of our lives.
the rest of your lives, it's Thursdays? Fantastic, and you do that on Zoom, and you do it, here it is, on Thursdays. Now, at Starbucks, 4 to 5, is that this week, Starbucks?
Yes,
Okay. And that Starbucks is where?
Craig Marketplace.
Craig Marketplace. Yes, Kathy is first to raise. Raise your hand, Kathy. Phenomenal. Love you. All right, and then we also have a Zoom midweek inspiration. This is Zoom only on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. We visit the special reading and again, whatever is on the hearts of those that attend. And it is kind of sponsored by you and myself and Ira and Steve and Marcia and many others, and we'd love to see you there. You can get the Zoom link on our website, so register for that. And Lisa Lee, you have an announcement. It's called a pledge drive.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, we're at a very exciting time in our community where it's an opportunity for us to really embrace what we're about in terms of our particular way of sharing love in the world and, moving it. I like it really lines with our fifth principle, which is the idea of what love looks like when it is given hands and feet in the world. And so we are doing that by creating a pledge drive and really empowering ourselves on all levels, including financial, to be able to be the best of what we can be in the world and to live our purpose. So we are having a pledge drive right now, and I'm inviting everyone. I think this is the last day to participate in that. It's an opportunity for you to really go within your heart and find that place that really aligns with who we are here in this community, and think about what is the amount that you feel that you would like to offer in terms of a financial support on an ongoing basis. And so we do have pledge cards that are, okay, Marcia has pledge cards. If you have not had an opportunity yet to do this or to think about this, or you've thought about that and you've lost your pledge card, please fill one out again and then hand it in. You can hand it in actually during the offering later on in the service. And so we're very excited about that, this new level of empowerment, because I'm just feeling into it already energetically. It's a way of really propelling us forward in 2025 in an amazing way. And Charles Fillmore has a beautiful quote that says, "This is a divine law of equilibrium in financial matters that corresponds to the law of balance and poise that holds the suns and the planets in place. In order to make a success of this great effort, we must have the loving cooperation of everyone to whom we minister." So that's really that beautiful collective holding that we are involved with. So thank you so much in advance for how that looks.
And so I heard I could put this in the offering basket today.
Yes.
And just so you know, CSL, our sister church, who we share the space with, is also going through this, and it is helping both of our boards to create our budget for this upcoming year. So, very good. And next we have music. Bring it on, Transformation Station.
Thank you, Don. What'd you have in mind?
Whatever you've got in mind, sir.
Long
Sweet hymns of joy and grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Fall on your knees, when Christ was born. Oh, thank you.
Fantastic. It always reminds me when Christmas comes, when I first moved to Las Vegas, and that was a couple decades ago, Christmas was like one day. Because I moved from the Northwest, we actually had some weather that seemed like winter. And now we have weather that seems like summer at Christmas. But that's not true. We have Christmas very much earlier, and thank you to Transformation Station. That was beautiful. And I'm going to say this again later, but you need to take note. Do not come at 11:30 next week. We have combined our services at 10. And so take a note of that. Thank you, Ira, from the video. I was like, sure. Okay. So we have a special reading here, and we're doing a communion service today. So go ahead and go into your heart, if you will. Commune with that which is sacred as you read these words. My heart speaks as the hearts of the many. From Rumi. My place is the placeless. My trace is the traceless. 'Tis neither body nor soul. For I belong to the soul of the beloved. I have put duality away. I have seen that the two worlds are one. One I see, one I know, and one I call. The essence of being aware of self is to be aware of self in relationship to everything else. To sense the universe is alive and sentient. To sense how hearts are always speaking to hearts, whether human to human, human to animal, or human to earth. The separate self teaches us to honor boundaries, yet true individual sovereignty comes to life in the open portals of exchange between us. It is here that the soul can truly feel its worth. Bringing conscious awareness to this exchange adds the elements of generosity and deep appreciation, where it is impossible to make choices that don't reflect both the whole and the individual. This is the essence of true communion. The Christian ritual of communion anchors our living relationship with the Christ within us in seamless exchange between the realm of form and the realm of spirit. The blood of the Christ being the transcendent life force of love running through the veins of all existence, and the body of the Christ being this love incarnated. The act of taking the body and blood of the Christ into our being is a reminder of the ever-present infilling that becomes outpictured in all the places where heaven and earth kiss. Today, as I go through my day, I abide in the beingness of true communion, in the awareness of the web love is weaving through all of my interactions. All of my relationships arise as evidence let's do the sentences one cohesive. All of my relationships arise as evidence of the potency of love in the world and its unrelenting desire to be seen and known through interconnection. I belong to the soul of the beloved, honoring the Christ presence within me as a sacred anointing. I know the many as the one, and together my heart speaks as the hearts of the many. And so it is. Thank you, Lisa.
So happy holidays. I was thinking about what you said, John. It's definitely not one day. And that's the beauty of it. I mean, we can really extend out this joy because it's really about celebrating really liberating the Christ within, isn't it? And that's something that we can do in more than one day, one would think. I'm one of these people that likes to do that with my birthday too. Whatever my birthday is, sometimes people apologize. Well, here is a belated birthday gift. No such thing as a belated birthday gift. Let's continue celebrating that out, which again for me is that celebration of the Christ being born within us newly on an ongoing basis. So we're here in this series called Home for the Holidays, because that's usually what we think of when we think about holiday times, is how we can go to that place of home, how we can be with family, with those that we love. And it's very heartwarming, embracing way of being for this time of year. And so we decided to look at it in a few ways. But before we get into that, we're going to look quickly at what's happening over the next few weeks, because we're incorporating into everything that we're doing for the next few weeks inside of a ritual of some sort, and which is a way of really anchoring. We're going to talk about that a little today, of how to really anchor the spirit world into the physical world. So next week, as Don told us, we will not come here at 11:30. We'll be here at 10 a.m. Yay, you all get an A. Awesome, awesome. We'll be having a beautiful combined service, the Centers for Spiritual Living. Not only that, but we will have the combined CSL ULV choir So I have been singing with this combined choir since October. So Karen Jones, who is our illustrious leader, was very conscientious this year, so we're starting early. So we've been meeting every Monday since the beginning of October, and so we're very excited to be able to be here. And so the next Sunday we will have, so that particular ritual will be the candle lighting service. And so that's one of my favorite celebrations for the year. And that real idea of really that holding that light, the light that cannot be extinguished regardless of how much darkness is present. So that's what that will symbolize. Next, we will have December 29th will be our burning bowl ceremony. I think that Unity has gotten kind of famous for this particular one. I think there are many centers that celebrate this because we like letting go of stuff. We like getting rid of stuff. And that's exactly what that is. It's an opportunity for you to release everything that probably was serving you really well in 2024, but now cannot be moved forward into 2025. And so we all know in our hearts what those things are. So it's an opportunity for really to symbolically just let all that go. And so what happens when you do that is that you have a beautiful blank slate going into the new year. And so we're going to celebrate that on January 5th with our white stone ceremony, and we will have a special star guest presenter will be Marcia Slater. I'm so excited about that. Yay! And so she will really be supporting us with this ceremony because you probably have noticed that, your identity changes when you change inwardly. And sometimes that goes along with creating a new name. And so that's what the White Stone ceremony is about. All right, so with our series, Coming Home for the Holidays, we began with coming home, finding our belonging as love. And that's really a very central thing to feeling at home, isn't it? Do I belong here? And so we were really looking at that kind of not only on the small scale in terms of our friends and family, but in terms of the planet and our deep purposefulness, and what is it really to belong? And the freedom to belong nowhere, and the freedom to belong everywhere. So we have the opportunity of really moving into that level of freedom with that. And then last week we had a lot of fun. We were playing with the 12 days of Christmas, and we looked at it through 2 different lenses. So actually it's 3, because most of us are familiar with the first lens, where it's just kind of a fun song, that we learned in grade school that we never forgot. And so that stands on its own merit. But we also looked at it through 2 different lenses. One is through the lens of traditional Christianity. Then we looked at it again through the lens of unity. This is also something that is really important for us to do as we are really moving into this stage of diversity and inclusion, to be able to know, how various kinds of people see the world. And so we looked at 2 of those, so we will be doing that quite frequently and regularly. And so everybody here that came today, that last week, received an ornament. And so we had a couple of reflection questions that went along with the ornament. Is what does my sacred number symbolize for me? And so we agreed together that whatever number you received was your sacred number, and it had some special significance for you. The second question is, what message does my sacred number have? And so for me, I have the number 5, and that is one of my birth forth numbers in terms of numerology. And it's the number of change and evolution, which has been something that has really deeply inspired me for several years now, in terms of, where are we really going as a planet? You probably have heard me talk about that, right? Where are we going as a species? What's possible for us on the next horizon? So that's what the number speaks to me as. So my curiosity is, for all of you, is there anyone that would like to share how their sacred number worked with them this past week? Debbie, can you come up? I think we have a microphone somewhere. Don has it, okay. Or you can just stand there if you like. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got number 11, and I've been in a lot of groups, and number 11 comes up a lot. It's a master number.
Yes.
And I don't think of myself in that way.
I think of you that way.
Thank you. And I do now, and I thought about it a lot, and I am, the Enneagram indicated that I'm a support person, which is, I am. That's my calling. And when I first started thinking about it, I thought, it has to be more than me. It has to be grandiose. It has to be different and better and, all of this stuff. And I realized that I can be a master as a support person.
Absolutely.
And the message that I got was that I'm enough. I'm perfect the way I am.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. Yay. Do we have one more person that would like to share? I'm loving this. Dolores.
God bless you all. My number is number 9. And what I've known all of my life is that 9 is the number of God. From my very first beginning that I remember as a childhood, I was steered in what people call religion. I had an aunt who was a minister, and back then, women in the ministry were not that popular, especially in the Baptist church. However, it never bothered me that God was all that I know, all that I am, all that I will be. And I just hug it as much as I can.
Yay, I love that. Thank you for sharing. So if there's anyone that was not here last week and you now feel inspired about having a sacred number, we do have some extras like Marcia has here in her basket. So you can let Marcia know that you would like to have your own sacred number for the week. I love that. Of course, the universe is always speaking to us through everything anyway, right? But it's kind of fun to kind of play with this and to create something that's really specific this way. That's so fun. Alrighty, so today's message is soul communion, knowing the many as the one. And so we're going to be doing a strange thing today. We're going to be having a communion service. So I have been in Unity for 40 years. Yes, I did start before I was born. And I have never been to a service that had a communion service. That was something that you did in traditional Christianity or in Catholicism. And I was just talking to Sue about her experience with communion in Catholicism. So very often you think about that. So there's that question of what are we doing and why are we doing that? Well, I'll start off with why it's really not that popular in New Thought. And for one thing is that in Unity we focus on spiritual principles specifically, and that we really look at the metaphysical interpretations of Christian teachings, and we also look at the symbolic interpretations. Like what symbolically does the bread represent? What does the wine represent from a metaphysical standpoint? The other thing is inclusivity and diversity. So obviously, this particular ritual is specifically Christian. What about other people that we happen to have in our communities that not necessarily resonate with Christianity? How will they feel about that? So there's that. Then there's the other part that rituals can become very mechanistic or mechanical. When you really separate out the original intention and you really focus on the form of that, it begins to lose its juice and its potency. Some of you may have had this experience with some rituals, and you just have the form of it that's left. And that when you begin to do that, you have other motivations that come into play that are not really as healthy. So you begin to do these things because this is what good Christians do, or you want to make sure that you get into heaven when you die. And these various other types of things, or someone has made you feel guilty about it. So the question is, based on all of that I've just said, why are we doing this here? Well, I would like to invoke our fifth principle, which is we live the truth that we know. And that means that it matters that truth teachings that we have here become visible in the world. So what is in the heaven comes into earth. And this is something that we begin to channel, and it's very important. I know they have some of these pictures of real spiritual people kind of sitting on meditation cushions. What do they say? Meditating the lint in their navels for, centuries and centuries. So you kind of have this kind of picture of that, person that's just really totally detached. But that's not the world that we really live in right now. It's really about how, on an everyday basis, that we bring this into the physical world. There's this term that says, fake it till you make it. I don't know if you've heard that. But it's not one of my favorite terms, but it kind of works for people, where you have a vision of a way that you would like to be spiritually, and you pretend to be that person, and then guess what happens down the road? You become that person. So also the practice of repeating affirmations on an ongoing basis is a way of doing that. And the food you eat, believe it or not, they are now showing that the gut area, really what's going on there affects how you think, it affects your belief structures, it believes your connections with the divine, all of that. So there's a lot that goes on with really creating this meaningful connection with the earth. And so actually participating in a ritual, and this ritual of communion in particular, while still honoring the original intention is very, very powerful. And so the other thing I would like to look at in terms of the inclusivity piece, which I feel is a real important one, is I think I may have shared before that one of my favorite books that I've never read is Jesus Christ Wasn't a Christian. And it's one of those things, I see that book every now and then, on Amazon. I think I should read that, except the title says it all, it's just really one of those really good titles. And what it really points to is that Jesus' teachings came before organized religion. Jesus' teachings were designed to be universal in nature. They were designed to be for everyone and not just Christian, because there were no such thing as Christians at that particular time. I even have questions about what if we didn't even make a religion out of it? Like, where would we be now? I think we would be, quite far along in the process. And so when we speak about Christ, when we do this particular ritual, we're looking at it from the most potent, universal way that we possibly can. So it is a way that it embraces everybody, and it's a way that really hones that original intentionality of the practice itself. Then the next question is, well, why are we doing this now? Because, in the Christian tradition, this is something you do around the Easter season and that type of thing. And so I really like to look at what happens. This is something, very powerful thing happens when you have a large amount of people that are focusing on the same thing, even if it's not exactly the same way. And so twice a year, you have Christmas and you have Easter. Those are both times where you have masses of people focusing on the same thing. And that's something that's very powerful. So those of us who are elevated in consciousness and really want to hold love consciousness will work with that energy to really hone that for the planet so that we are creating a vortex of love for everybody. So this time of Christmas, where we're celebrating the birth of the Christ, is a really key time when we can really hone that energy. All right, so the question of the day is, what is the original intentionality of communion? And so the original intention behind the ritual of communion is to cultivate oneness consciousness and to heal any sense of separation. That's the underlying principle for everything. And so it's really no accident that the first communion took place during the Last Supper. So it's an event that's described in the New Testament in the Bible. The meal occurred on the evening of what Christians refer to as Holy Thursday, the night before Jesus' crucifixion, which is believed to have taken place around 30 to 33 AD. So it's really a time when someone that you love makes their transition, when you begin to feel a real sense of separation, probably the deepest sense of separation. And so I think Jesus really anticipated this with his disciples. And so there were two forms of oneness that Jesus really invited them into at that time. And so the first one is individuated oneness. And that is healing the apparent sense of separation from him physically as he began to change form. And this is a really important thing, those of us who have had that experience of supporting a loved one in making their transition. That's really what that ask is. It's a very sacred portal. And it's a time where the deepest ask that someone is asking of you at that time is to really see them as alive regardless of their form. So even if their form changes, as their body falls away, you are still in connection with them. It's a really beautiful portal at that time. We're always asked to let go of something at these times and to embrace something newly, and understanding that everything is energy. So when this happens, the person is not gone. They have just changed form, and so we are asked to really embrace them newly. So this is a very extreme example because it's a very deep heart ask, but this is also what we're being asked for just on everyday life. Things change. I don't know if you've noticed that. In my life, many things have changed. One form ends and another form begins. Sometimes we don't like it when that happens. And part of the reason for that is that we're really being asked to see things differently and to really embrace the life force that continues all the way through, to see that through line. And so Rumi has this beautiful quote that says, "Although you appear in earthly form, your essence is pure consciousness. You are the fearless guardian of divine light." So this is the ask for us to see ourselves and our loved ones in this way, so that there is that through line between what we see in terms of an earthly form and the truth of them inwardly, which is an essence which cannot die. So the next thing that Jesus was really pointing to, I think, with this ritual is cosmic oneness. So this is an honoring of the intimate relationship that we have with all of life. So of course, when we have this personal oneness, it's very difficult to not, in addition, have that real cosmic understanding that we are not separate from anything. And the Native Americans have this saying, which I love, which is all my relations. So that's a way of really seeing everything and everyone as part of our family. We are real fractals of the whole. And that's that picture that Rumi gives us, that every drop of the ocean has the entire ocean in it. So in that type of a way, that we are really holonic in that nature, and that we have this ability to dwell within each other. So our affirmation today is, my heart speaks as the heart of the many. And so that's this invitation that it's not possible for you to utter anything that does not also include the best interest of your neighbor or of the planet or of the universe, because all of that is included in your heart and in your consciousness when you speak. Beatrice Bertrot says, we make up a living net of radiant energies, each center indwelling every other center. And I really love this picture of us each being the center of the universe, yet we are all whole at the same time. All right, so let's look at the symbology of the wine and of the bread. So taking in the wine is a symbol of the blood of Jesus Christ. In the gospel accounts of the Last Supper, Jesus takes a cup of wine, he gives thanks and he says to his disciples, "This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins." And so this idea of a new covenant was this switch between looking at the Christ outwardly in terms of a person to really seeing the Christ in a first person way within. That was the covenant that was being switched to. So the blood of the Christ being the transcendent life force of love that is running through the veins of all existence. And Teilhard de Chardin speaks to this idea of lifeblood. I like to use that word often because it is that cosmic creative force that is in all things. And Teilhard says, truth has only to appear once in one single mind for it to be impossible for anything to prevent it from spreading universally and setting everything ablaze. And I love that. Nothing is lost. So the next is taking in the bread. So the symbol of Christ's body. The bread is considered a symbol of Jesus Christ's body. In the gospel accounts of the Last Supper, Jesus takes the bread, blesses it, breaks it, and gives it to his disciples, saying, "This is my body, which is given for you." And so the body symbolically of the Christ is being this love really incarnated, of this idea of the body, of just really coming into the earth. How does love look in the world? And Rumi says, "This is my body. In it an ocean formed of his glory. All the creation, all the universes, all the galaxies are lost in it. I am the chain of being, the circle of the spheres. I am the soul of it all." And so with our ceremony, I'm going to invite us to come forward, and we can use both of the aisles here. I'm going to invite you to take a piece of the bread, and then our wine here, which is not really wine, but it's grape juice, just just in case. But to take that and to return to your seat, but do not drink the wine or eat the bread yet. So we have a little more that we're going to do with that. So come down first and get everything, and then we'll move to the next phase. the 23rd Psalm is really, I think, a symbol of the beloved relationship between us and the divine, which is really symbolized in terms of the beautiful relationship that Jesus Christ had with the disciples. And so I'm going to read that psalm twice, actually. And I'm going to read it in the first person the first time, I am your shepherd, in which case I want you to really visualize your divinity speaking to you through this. Then I'm going to read it again in the second person, you are my shepherd. So this is an opportunity for you to visualize yourself speaking to your Christ self. And also in terms of, since you are holding your wine and your bread, I invite you to also just allow that energy as you are listening to be part of this, really permeating this symbology. So I invite you just to close your eyes and breathe into your heart as you are listening to this. I am your shepherd. You shall not want. I make you lie down in green pastures. I lead you beside quiet waters. I restore your soul. I guide you in the paths of righteousness for my name's sake. Even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you fear no evil, for I am with you. My rod and my staff, they comfort you. I prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. I anoint your head with oil, and your cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, and you will dwell in my house forever. Take a deep breath as you visualize yourself speaking to your Christ self. You are my shepherd. I shall not want. You make me lie down in green pastures. You lead me beside quiet waters. You restore my soul. You guide me in the paths of righteousness for your name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in your house forever. So I invite you to partake of your wine and your bread, breathing in the heart of this beloved connection between you and your Christ self. And so we will close this ceremony with a brief meditation. I invite you to close your eyes, being aware that this is a sacred ceremony, and seeing what you have ingested, bringing you to new levels of awareness of love. Feel that occurring in your physical body. Feel that occurring in your mind and your thoughts. Feel that occurring in your spirit. Feeling any thoughts of separation fall away. And breathe into this oneness with your Christ nature. Breathing into this oneness with all of life, with all beings and all things in the universe. And say to yourself, my heart speaks as the hearts of the many. And feel the celebration of the hearts of the many and the way that you are holding them in your heart with your words. We go forth from this ceremony abiding in the beingness of true communion and the awareness of the web love is weaving through all of our relations. And so it is.
My heart speaks as the hearts of the many, the soul aflame, the Christ within does dwell. One in the one, a sacred mystery, divine web of love, a tale universe alive, sentient and vast, a symphony of souls, cosmic dance, every being, sacred, precious cast, a love eternal, divine expanse, communion's grace. There's a love divine, bond unbroken, ever pure and bright. In every soul, a spark of love does shine, beacon guiding through the darkest night. Universe alive, sentient and vast, a symphony of souls, a cosmic dance. Every being, a sacred, precious cast, in love eternal, a divine expanse. Spirit of Christ on blood, a life force ever
Did you write that song?
Well, kind of, sort of, yeah.
You kind of sort of did, didn't you? Did you write that recently?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
It's phenomenal. So I think that the message that Lisa brings to us is transformative. Kane, will you go back in the slides to the Tejar de Chardin slide? Bring that up for me. So, as many of you are probably following this drone, these lights, this news about there's something going on. So I'm trying to, figure it out in my own mind. We don't have an answer yet. But I woke up this morning in a dream, and I followed the dream of meditation, and the language, the word of, now I'm going to forget. No, it was, where's Amy? So there's the city of Angel. That's what it was. The city of Angel. And so I'm having this vision, and I'm not a guy that does dreams a lot and remembers them. I'm like a worker bee on the other side, kind of like I am in this life. I'm a worker bee. But when I get a dream that stays with me, as this one did, and I meditated it on an hour, there's a message there. And this is what gave me permission to share this. There's nothing impossible. The message is this transformation of human consciousness into love, it's going to happen whether you're buying into it or not. It's happening, right? And that's the message. And I'll stay with that. And thank you for this lovely service.
We love
Lovely service. Okay, so I do have a task here. We have a task that is to support this church financially, and we have a lovely affirmation. If you'll hold your gifts in your hands, we'll say this together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I think there's those cards too. You can bring your gifts up into the basket and your pledge cards. And we will bless this together. Close your eyes. Let's bless this abundance, this profound abundance that is easily flowing as love, as a wonderment of how good this life can be. Thank you, God, and so it is.
So it is time for our affirmations. So I invite everyone to stand. Repeat after me. I am.
I am.
We are.
We are.
I am.
I am.
We are.
We are.
I am a radiant expression of the divine.
I am a radiant expression of the divine.
Infinitely loved.
Infinitely loved.
And eternally supported.
And eternally supported.
I am a powerful vortex of love in the world.
I am a powerful vortex of love in the world.
My heart speaks as the heart of the many.
My heart speaks as the heart of the many.
one where we're going to say, I am, and you're going to insert your name, Christ, okay? So I am Lisa Christ, individuated love in action. I am a living miracle. 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 I am. I am. We are. We are. I am. I am. We are. We are. And so it is. So it is.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. It's not as a promise, love was all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, the peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. Every step I take, let this be my joy is found. Make me strong and make me strong with peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and
And our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. And wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Have a beautiful week, beloveds.
my heart speaks.